Have you ever trusted something so deeply, only to find out later that it's been silently harming you? For decades, we've believed vegetables are always healthy. But what if I told you that after the age of 60, your body changes in such profound ways that some vegetables may actually become harmful? Yes, vegetables, the very foundation of most healthy diets, could be contributing to joint pain, kidney decline, blood sugar spikes, and even mood swings in your golden years. After 60, the digestive system slows down, the kidneys work harder to eliminate toxins, and the body's ability to regulate inflammation becomes more fragile. This means certain vegetables high in oxalates, lectins, or specific types of fiber can do more harm than good if not eaten mindfully. In this eye opening video, we will explore the hidden dangers behind 10 popular vegetables and discover what Buddhist wisdom and science have to say about them. You'll learn which vegetables to reduce, how to prepare them safely, and what healthier alternatives exist for older adults. Stay with us until the end because this information could change how you eat forever and possibly extend your life. Sometimes the path to healing begins with questioning what we've always accepted as truth. Part 1. Why your body changes after 60. As we cross the threshold of 60, our bodies begin to send us messages, sometimes subtle, sometimes loud, urging us to listen more closely. These changes are not sudden, but they often become more noticeable in this stage of life. Understanding them is not only a path to better health, but also an act of deep self-compassion. Each shift in the body carries with it an invitation to live more mindfully, more gently, and with greater awareness. One of the first things many people notice is that digestion isn't quite what it used to be. The stomach doesn't empty as quickly, the intestines process food more slowly, and issues like bloating, gas, and constipation may become more frequent. This slowdown is natural. It's part of the aging process as muscles in the digestive tract lose strength and coordination over time. While this can lead to discomfort, it also offers a chance to reevaluate our eating habits. Smaller, more frequent meals, chewing thoroughly, and choosing nutrient-dense foods can go a long way towards supporting gentle digestion. Alongside slower digestion, the body also produces fewer digestive enzymes, particularly those needed to break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. As a result, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients, which can lead to deficiencies even with a balanced diet. Seniors may notice they don't tolerate certain foods as well as they once did. Enzyme-rich foods such as papaya, pineapple, or fermented items can help, as can mindful supplementation under the guidance of a healthcare provider. Our kidneys, those hard-working filters of the body, also feel the weight of time. With age, they lose some of their ability to filter waste and regulate fluid and electrolyte balance. This makes them more susceptible to damage from toxins and high oxalate levels found in certain foods like spinach, beets, and nuts. Staying hydrated, reducing processed foods, and being cautious with supplements or medications can ease the load on these essential organs. Another significant change involves insulin sensitivity. As we age, our cells often become more resistant to insulin, making it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar effectively. This can increase the risk of type 2 diabetes or lead to blood sugar fluctuations that cause fatigue, brain fog, or irritability. Eating foods with a low glycemic index, engaging in regular gentle exercise, and managing stress are all ways to support insulin function. Perhaps one of the most invisible yet impactful changes is the gradual increase in chronic inflammation. While inflammation is a natural immune response, persistent low-grade inflammation, known as inflammaging, is linked to a host of age-related diseases, from arthritis to heart conditions. The foods we eat, the air we breathe, and even our emotional responses all influence this inflammatory state. Anti-inflammatory foods, such as berries, leafy greens, turmeric, and omega-3 rich fish can play a protective role. From a Buddhist perspective, these bodily changes are not to be feared but to be observed with wisdom. They are reminders of anicca, or impermanence, the natural law that all things rise and fall, including the strength and vitality of youth. Instead of resisting aging, we are invited to accept it, not as defeat, but as an unfolding chapter of life. Eating with mindfulness, being present with each bite, and choosing foods that honor your aging body becomes a spiritual practice, a way of showing love to yourself in the most practical of ways. In Buddhism, compassion begins with oneself. To understand the body is to live in harmony with it. And at this stage of life, perhaps the greatest nourishment comes not just from food, but from the gentle realization this too is part of life. Part 2: 10 vegetables to avoid or limit, a mindful journey through the garden of caution. In the quiet moments of aging, many elders begin to reflect more deeply on every decision, including the foods they put on their plates. What once was a simple matter of taste becomes a matter of vitality, balance, and longevity. And while vegetables are often seen as nature's purest gift, not all of them serve the aging body equally. This chapter offers not only a scientific breakdown, but also a gentle, Buddhist inspired reflection on moderation, awareness, and mindful nourishment. 1. Peas, the sweet trap disguised in green. At first glance, peas seem harmless, even wholesome. They're vibrant, sweet, and often served as a humble side dish. But behind that sweetness lies a metabolic challenge, especially for older adults. Health perspective: high glycemic load. Peas can rapidly spike blood sugar, particularly in seniors with insulin resistance or diabetes. Purine content. Purines break down into uric acid, which may accumulate in joints or kidneys, causing gout or stones. Resistant starches. These can cause bloating and digestive discomfort due to slower breakdown in the elderly gut. As with life's pleasures, sweetness must be met with moderation. The Buddha taught the middle way, not in excess, not in denial. Similarly, peas can be enjoyed occasionally, not habitually. Replace peas with zucchini or green beans. They're gentler on the digestive system and carry fewer metabolic burdens. 2. Asparagus, the hidden kidney stressor. Once revered as a spring delicacy, asparagus now raises concerns for aging bodies. Health perspective: purine-rich. Similar to peas, asparagus may contribute to excess uric acid production. Natural diuretic. While detoxifying, this effect can dehydrate seniors, worsening fatigue and dizziness. Arthritis aggravation. Anecdotal evidence and small studies suggest that its purine content can worsen joint inflammation. When consuming asparagus, drink plenty of water and enjoy it in small, respectful portions. Think of it not as a staple, but as a guest, welcomed occasionally. 3. Corn, the sneaky blood sugar spiker. Corn evokes memories: summer barbecues, warm cornbread, buttery popcorn, but nostalgia shouldn't cloud judgment. Health perspective: high glycemic index. Corn converts quickly to glucose, posing a blood sugar challenge. Hard to digest. The cellulose outer layer resists human digestion, leading to discomfort. GMO and pesticide exposure. Much of today's corn is genetically modified and heavily sprayed, raising toxicity concerns. Corn syrup, derived from corn, has been linked to gut microbiome imbalance, especially when consumed regularly in processed foods. Choose organic corn, if necessary, or substitute with millet, a wholesome grain with gentler effects on blood sugar. 4. Mushrooms, the toxin absorber of the forest. Mushrooms grow silently, absorbing everything from their environment, both nourishing and harmful. Health perspective: heavy metal absorption. Wild or non-organic mushrooms may concentrate arsenic, cadmium, and lead. Agarotine, a naturally occurring compound in some mushrooms such as Agaricus bisporus, has shown potential carcinogenic effects in animal studies. Fungal proteins can trigger allergic reactions, especially in those with sensitive immune systems. Like the mind, which absorbs the energy of our surroundings, mushrooms remind us to be mindful of where and how our food grows. 5. Cabbage, the unexpected thyroid disruptor. A staple in many kitchens, cabbage seems unthreatening, but its hidden compounds tell a different story. Health perspective: goitrogens. These interfere with iodine uptake, potentially suppressing thyroid function, a concern for many aging individuals. Fermentable sugars can lead to excessive gas and bloating, especially in those with sluggish digestion. Transformation brings balance. Fermenting cabbage into kimchi or sauerkraut not only preserves it, but enhances its digestibility and probiotic value. If cabbage causes discomfort, try it in fermented forms or lightly steamed, never raw in large quantities. 6. Eggplant, the silent inflammation trigger. Beautiful in color, bitter in chemistry. Health perspective: solanine, a nightshade toxin that may increase inflammation in sensitive individuals, especially those with joint issues. Oxalates can contribute to kidney stone formation. Expert tip: always peel and cook eggplant thoroughly. Grilling, roasting, or steaming can reduce harmful compounds. Just as we soften our speech to avoid causing harm, and we must soften our foods to preserve harmony within. 7. Potatoes, the comfort food with hidden danger, a symbol of comfort, yet potentially a burden to the aging body. Health perspective, high glycemic load, especially when fried or mashed, potatoes spike blood sugar. Acrylamide, a toxic compound formed during high heat cooking, such as frying, has been linked to nerve damage and cancer. Boiled sweet potatoes with skin provide antioxidants, fiber, and slower glucose release. The comfort we seek in food should not come at the cost of our long-term peace. Choose comfort that nourishes rather than depletes. 8. Spinach, the oxalate bomb. Often dubbed a superfood, spinach's darker side deserves equal attention. Health perspective. Oxalates. Excessive intake can lead to kidney stones, particularly in dehydrated seniors. Calcium binding. Spinach reduces calcium absorption, ironically undermining bone health. Pair spinach with high calcium foods like sesame seeds or tofu, or opt for collard greens or mustard greens, which are lower in oxalates. Balance is everything. Even a virtuous food, when consumed in imbalance, can create suffering. 9. Kale, the superfood with a dark side. Kale is a symbol of wellness, but symbols, like appearances, can deceive. Health perspective. Oxalates. Similar to spinach, kale carries a risk of stone formation and calcium loss. Goitrogens suppress thyroid function when consumed raw or in excess. Steam or saute kale to deactivate many harmful compounds. Use in moderation, not as a staple in green smoothies. Too much of a good thing often leads to imbalance. True wellness lies in variety, not obsession. 10. Bell peppers, the colorful culprit. They brighten our plates, but not always our health. Health perspective, solanine content. Like eggplant and potatoes, peppers belong to the nightshade family, contributing to inflammation. Autoimmune aggravation. For those with arthritis or autoimmune disorders, bell peppers may intensify symptoms. Use zucchini or carrots instead. They're equally colorful, anti-inflammatory, and nutrient-dense. True nourishment includes kindness to our bodies, our choices, and our awareness. Don't follow fads blindly. Follow your body's quiet signals. As we age, our bodies whisper more than they shout. A bloated belly after cabbage, a sore joint after eggplant, a foggy mind after corn syrup, these are not inconveniences. They are messages. The Buddhist path encourages us to listen deeply to ourselves, to our food, to the present moment. Avoiding or limiting these 10 vegetables is not about fear. It's about conscious living, kind discipline, and the freedom that comes from mindful nourishment. So next time you prepare a meal, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, is this serving my peace or stealing it? And in that space of stillness, true wellness begins. Part 3, how to eat mindfully after 60. As we age, our relationship with food often shifts. No longer is it simply about fueling a busy life or indulging fleeting cravings. It becomes a deeper, more reflective practice. After 60, eating mindfully can offer not only physical nourishment, but also emotional peace and spiritual clarity. It begins with slowing down and becoming fully present at the table. One of the simplest yet most powerful practices is to chew your food slowly. Many seniors experience digestive issues not because of what they eat, but how they eat. Rushed chewing forces the stomach to work harder, leading to discomfort and bloating. By thoroughly chewing each bite, ideally 20 to 30 times, you assist your digestion, absorb more nutrients, and become more aware of fullness, which prevents overeating. It's not just about breaking down food, it's about honoring the process of nourishment. Our bodies become more sensitive with age. Some foods that once felt fine might now cause discomfort, fatigue, or inflammation. Mindful eating means tuning in. How does your body feel after a certain meal? Do you notice energy or heaviness? Gas or calm? Pay attention to subtle cues. Keeping a gentle food journal can help you identify patterns and choose foods that make your body feel vibrant, not burdened. After 60, digestion naturally slows, and the internal digestive fire may need a little support. Warming herbs like ginger and turmeric are excellent companions. Ginger aids in digestion and circulation, while turmeric supports the liver and reduces inflammation. But as with all things, moderation is key. Too much can lead to dryness or irritation. A warm cup of ginger tea in the morning or a sprinkle of turmeric in your soup can go a long way in supporting your body's inner balance. A colorful plate often reflects a balanced meal. Embracing variety ensures you receive a spectrum of vitamins and minerals. However, too much variety at once, especially in a single meal, can overwhelm aging digestion. Choose simple whole foods prepared gently. Rotate your meals across the week rather than cramming all nutrients into one sitting. Your body will thank you for the gentle rhythm. In Buddhist practice, eating is seen not only as a physical act, but a spiritual one. Each bite is a gift from the earth, the farmers, the cooks, and ultimately a gift to your own body. Mindful eating encourages gratitude and deep presence. True nourishment, as the Buddha might remind us, isn't only about what enters your mouth. It is about the awareness that accompanies it, the reverence, the silence between bites, the thankfulness for this moment of life. In your golden years, may each meal not only feed your body, but also nurture your soul. As we move gracefully into the later chapters of life, our bodies begin to whisper instead of shout. These subtle signals, aches, discomforts, fatigue, are not signs of weakness, but sacred messages urging us to pay attention. The foods we once ate without a second thought may now require deeper mindfulness. Among them are these 10 vegetables, celebrated for their nutrition, yet potentially harmful when consumed in excess or without consideration of our age-related needs. This journey is not about fear, but about clarity and compassion. When we make gentle, informed changes to our diet, we honor the body that has weathered countless storms and carried us through joys and sorrows. It's a practice of self-love rooted in wisdom. Life is not about rigid rules, but about harmony. Food, like every aspect of our existence, should be approached with balance, understanding, and deep gratitude.